Well, this is John Black, Super Chemist. We put this on two playlists. A playlist called Matriarchy versus Patriarchy. It'll be part two. And I'm also putting it on a playlist called Pastafarian Rules. Because the Pastafarian should know the difference between a matriarchy and a patriarchy, because a Pastafarian is for a patriarchy, not a Christian patriarchy. That's an oppressive. A Christian patriarchy literally makes women, property. Okay, hey, that's it. Pastafarian patriarchy is similar, but without the oppression. So, anyways, where was I at? So we're talking about the matriarchy, the differences between that and the patriarchy. The matriarchy wants single mothers. They want to break up the. I said on the last thing that the three main goals are: destroy the patriarchy, set up a matriarchy, and destroy the family unit, and destroy. Oh no, what is it? Oh well. They want to destroy the patriarchy. Christianity. They want to destroy the family unit and Christianity, because that's what they are against that. Anyways, that was what I only named 3 of them in the last video. Those are the 4. And they want to, and because they want to destroy the patriarchy, right, and set up a matriarchy, and because they want to destroy the family unit, that's why single mothers, like, what is it, 70 or 80%? I think 80%, man. It's somewhere in there. What's going on there? In the United States, people are raised by single mothers. There is no family unit. If 80% or even 70% of the people in the United States are now brought up by single mothers, then they've already destroyed the family unit. Okay, see what I'm saying? And how do they spread their word? Because this matriarchy that we're moving into right now, we're actually in it right now, and we're transitioning over from a patriarchy. How do they spread the word? Because they got the single mothers. They're living with the single mothers, and they're for the patriarchy, right? Because they're women. There are a lot of women that are for the patriarchy and understand that the matriarchy is not good. But that's how it's just a perpetuated, self-perpetuating machine. You know what I mean? Where you got the single mothers now. They raise their daughters and sons to believe in this patriarchy, that the women are at the top. There's no rules to the women. You know, like in a patriarchy, the man is at the top, but the authority, the list or hierarchy of authority, the man ain't at the top. The rules are at the top. Okay, not the or God's rules, just the family unit rules. He has to abide by them. Okay, just like the president. Anyone that is a leader. If you're a coach for a little league team, there's a book that tells the rules that coach has that he can do. You know what I mean? The president, he has rules. He has constitution. He has the actual federal laws and stuff. Biden's a traitor, so he's breaking all the laws. But if he was a president that wasn't a traitor, he would be staying within those the Constitution and federal laws, state laws, etc., etc. You know what I mean? Even the president of the United States, even that supposedly the most powerful leader in the world, still is not at the top of the authority hierarchy, okay? Because there's someone above the president. It's called the Constitution and it's called laws. Just like a coach. He's a leader, but there's something above him, and it's called the coaching rules, okay? Just like any leader, every leader in the world, for anything, always has, or usually, has a rule book that the leader has to follow by, you know what I mean? So, I lost my train of thought here. So I got off the subject here. Why do And so you got these single mothers now. They're just that's what single mothers are. No one should be praising single mothers. Okay, I'm not saying we should go out and call them names and blah blah blah, but we need to understand that single mothers are destroying the world. Okay, I know communism is too, but single mothers are also. Let's see. So anyways, and how do we get all these single mothers? How did they do that? 80% of divorces are initiated by women. How did they get women to be single? How is it everyone's a single mother now? There's no regular families, or barely any. Well, let's see here. Wait, I don't have an answer here. Raise the kids. Oh, because they've taught the women that they don't need. They changed the divorce laws so that it's called no fault. Okay, so basically, you can just get out of a marriage by a snap of a finger. And they have indoctrinated children, female children, that a marriage is a fantasy. It's a fairy tale with a prince and a knight and a white horse that they ride in on, a man. And it's all perfection. And it's butterflies in your stomach. And as soon as those butterflies leave, and that's it. That's it. Your relationship is over. You need to get out. You got a divorce. And, any normal, sane person would be like, obviously, if you're married for someone, from your 20s all the way to your 80s or whatever, your 70s or 60s when you die, obviously, the butterflies, they're going to go away. Butterflies are only, a couple months, 6 months to, a couple years. Somewhere in there. They don't last for decades, okay? They don't last for a lifetime, that's for sure. And any grown, sane adult should know, but if you're brainwashed by TV, by movies, TV shows, news, public schools, if you're constantly taught that you're a princess and when you grow up you're a queen and, and let me tell you something about treating a woman like a queen, okay? That's what I did my whole life. That's why my entire life with relationships with women they sucked. Every woman has screwed me over and, cheated on me, did this and that, blah, blah, blah. But whose fault was it? Technically, it's my fault. I'm in a patriarchy family. The man is the leader. And the leader means you get last word. You know what I mean? So I was the leader in these relationships, and I didn't act like a leader, and I should have. Instead, I acted like a woman, okay? Because that's what they do when you get a single mother. They feminize the male and they masculinize the female, okay? But I lost my train of thought. Let's see how much time we got here. But it was my fault that these relationships didn't work, okay? And I forget where my point was because I just lost my whole train of thought. So since I lost my train of thought, I'm going to pick this up, whatever I was talking about, on the next video, because there's going to be another video in this playlist. I'm just going to move on because I forgot my whole train of thought. So anyways, they want to destroy the patriarchy. The matriarchy does. Another thing about the matriarchy and the patriarchy. Here's a big difference here too, okay? In a patriarchy, right, you got the man working, and you have the woman staying at home, taking care of the kids, taking care of the house, and taking care of the man. Now, the man will work doing that, and I'm not getting down to the second, and every person is different, but in general, in most cases, the man in the patriarchal system like that, the man would work 50 hours a week, give or take. You figure he's got to work 40 hours a week, sometimes 45, because they don't want to pay you for lunch, you know what I mean? So 40 hours a week, bare minimum, just working. Then you got to get to work and back from work. If that takes 20 or 30 minutes one way and back, that's like that's an hour or a little 40 minutes every day, 5 days a week. You know what I mean? So that's 40 to work, another 5 just to get to work and get back home. That's 45 hours. And then another 5 hours a week. A man is either changing a light bulb, taking out garbage, cutting the grass, weed whacking the grass, changing the oil in the car. If something breaks down, he's fixing it. He's doing something during that 5 hours, or he's helping the kids out, or something to that effect. You know what I mean? He's fixing something in the house. You can't say that he isn't doing 5 hours. That's just, I mean, if he's doing his job, he should be doing at least, that would be 50 hours. 40 to work, 5 to get there and back, and 5 for work that he does at home. You know what I mean? Not his job. Now, the woman in a patriarchy works about 50 hours a week also, if you figure it out, okay? Sure, during, the first couple years of marriage, if they don't have babies, yeah, she's working less than 50 hours a week. That's crazy to think that she would work more than that. But when she has the babies, if they're going to have kids during that time until they turn 5 and go to school, she's working more than 50 hours a week, especially if a lot of people that have 3 kids, say, or even 2 kids, they have them a couple years apart. So that means that you're going to have a baby for 2 years, and then you're going to have another baby, and that baby is going to take 2 years before he becomes 2 and becomes not a baby. You know what I mean? That's 4 years just to have 2 kids, where you're working a lot. You're putting in more than 40 hours a week. Any new mother knows that. But then after your kids go to school, kindergarten and public school, the kid is gone half of the day, man. Literally. And usually when kids come home, unless you're a terrible parent, your kids are outside playing until like dark usually. You know what I mean? And you have to force them to come in and play a family game or something, whatever, you know what I mean? At least that's the way it used to be before the internet, you know what I mean? Now everyone is on the internet. But so it's, and then after the kids move out of the house, after say 20 years, right? Then you all you have to do is take care of the house and the man for the next 40 years or 20 years that you're married. You know what I mean? So I'm being very gracious saying a woman works 50 hours a week when she works at home and she's a housewife. Okay? I'm being very generous. But let's say that they do work 50. Because if they're a good, really good, wife and mother, they should put in 50 hours a week, okay? Cleaning, and if they're not putting that much hours in, then they should, they're only putting in 40 hours. That means 10 hours they owe their kids, most likely. They haven't done stuff with them that they should be doing, you know what I mean? But anyways, let's get on with this one. Oh well, we ran out of time, but like I said, I'm going to go on the next video and we'll continue this.